Welcome back to another episode of Motogp Mac, and today we're going to talk about Fabio Quartararo's comments on his difficult weekend in Kota. Now, speaking after the race on Sunday, Fabio said, "I don't know why it happened. I was basically standing and not even pushing, and yet I lost the front. It was quite a strange fall. The first fall of 2025, and my first fall for a long time. The bike was also damaged, so I couldn't have used it in the race. The fact is, though, the second bike had a different frame and swing arm, and I hadn't used these since the test in Thailand. Overall, it was a pretty good weekend." He also went on to say that he was suffering some issues during the race, and he said, "I had an electronic failure, which meant that the dashboard showed me a message that I didn't have enough fuel to reach the end of the race. So from lap 4, I had a specific map setting to save fuel, which was a mistake. These things can happen. The good thing is we were quite fast over the weekend." He also went on to say, though, that Yamaha need to change the strategy slightly. He said, "We must stop working on the details to adapt to each circuit, as our shortcomings are coming quite big. For Qatar, we must make sure we have two bikes that are the same chassis, engine, and also swing arm." He was then asked about continuing to test and race weekends, and he said, "On the contrary, we should set a base and keep it, so it's only used for it. And if we have to change it, it can bring really big benefits. It's not always possible to change everything continuously. At the moment, we are still lacking in terms of grip and power, and there has been no improvement in the electronics." Now, for me here, really, what Fabio is saying is that Yamaha are turning the bike upside down every weekend. And it's kind of smelling a little bit of like what Honda were doing at each race last year. They were completely upending everything. Every rider had a different setting and setup, and while they were trying to gather data, they weren't actually gathering a lot of useful data because it was working for some and not for others. And I think what Fabio really is asking for is, let's get a base setup. Let's find a good base setup and make small tweaks, not big tweaks or shotgun settings as they used to be known in Valentino Rossi's days. But I do find it interesting to see Fabio's comments. Obviously, the crash was a little bit weird. The electronics issue, yes, it can happen, but it shouldn't happen. And I was very surprised to see that the spare bike had a completely different frame and swing arm in it. So definitely work to be done with Yamaha. They definitely need to all get on the same page and figure it out from there. But I would definitely love to know your thoughts. What do you think of Fabio's comments? Definitely leave your thoughts in the comments below. And I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.